Good morning, everyone. I'm Santiago, and I'm going to talk about video games. First of all, I want to say I love video games and I think are amazing. Maybe some of you are agree with me, or maybe you are not. But I don't want to try to change your mind, your ideas, or your opinions about what video games are. I just want to introduce you to some kind of video games that you can find, and I'm going to give you some short definition about each one. The first one is shooter games. Video games about World of War, using weapons to kill, very strategy game. This is the kind of game that is a subgenre of action game. The player must find ammunition or weapons to complete the missions. I will give you some examples about it. Call of Duty, one of the most popular games. The next one is Battlefield and Halo, one of my favorites until today. The next one is MOBAs, multiplayer online battle arena video games. Yeah, I know what I mean. In this kind of video game, you can choose your favorite role and fight against other person. What is characteristic of this game is that your teams controlled by 5 person, including you, but not all of them. There are many games about this thematic like League of Legends, Dota, Strife, and Paladins. The next one is the next one is MMORPG. This is the kind of game that you have to create your own character, starting by level 1 and climb levels, killing mobs and giant creatures. And you have to get powerful armors and swords, and I will give you some examples about this game. Guild Wars, The Elder Scrolls, Grand Fantasia, World of Warcraft. There are many games about this thematic. And I have to say this kind of game has a lot of big maps. The next one is arcade games. How not to talk about arcade games? And since we were kids, we used to play these beautiful games. This game I recognize because our parents used to tell us stories about it. When they spend all the day just in a game, so just playing, and also I recognize because we didn't care about its graphics. So the more iconic games about this thematic was Street Fighter, Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Contra, Mario Bros, Asteroids, and Breakout. The next one is Strategic in Real Time (MMOG). This is the kind of thing that you have to think so fast. Create your own troops is an online game with a large numbers of players, typically 400 to 1000 on the same server. MMOs can enable players to cooperate and compete with each other at large scale. Some examples about it could be Age of Empires, StarCraft, Age of Mythology, Command and Conquer. So are the same to arcade. There are many games of this thematic. The next one is simulation video games. This is the kind of game that you have to start with a character in a town in a short space. So this is the a simulation game attempt to copy various activities from a real life time. So it's like The Sims. We used to play Sims 4, 5 when we were kids. So the next game is a sports game. A game is a video game generated to simulate the practice of sports. Most sports have been recreated with a game, including team sports, track and field, extreme sports, and combat sports. Some games emphasize actually playing the sport, such as the Maiden NFL. With these other emphasize strategy and sport management, such as Net for Speed, Arch Rival, and FIFA and PES. The next one is puzzle game. Puzzle game make up an unique genre of video games that emphasize puzzle solving. The type of puzzle can test your skills including logic, pattern recognition, and word completion. Some games about this thematic could be Tetris, Candy Crush, and Jewel Conquest. So say that we can find a lot of genres of game. Each one are very different to another one. So I want to talk about the positive and negative things about playing video games. Let's start talking about positive things. The the first one is better problem solving. Technicals, video games are all about going from point A to point B by solving problems, resolving conflicts, and overcoming obstacles. The second one is hand-eye coordination. Player, Players need an exceptional hand-eye coordination to play a shooter game because The enemies are lurk in every nook and corner, so you have to be very careful. Improve motor skills. Playing video games can especially improve your fine motor skills, the ones that require to use fingers and the thumb. The constant movement and fingers on various buttons with the mind and the eyes of action requires a good motor skills. The next one is magnify teamwork contribution. Your kid needs to work as a team when playing multiplayer games, not only in games, also also in your schools, in the university, or whatever. The next one is critical thinking abilities. Video games, especially those with extensive words and characters such as World of Warcraft, requires player to analyze and evaluate every move or risk or losing the game. Let's start to talk about negative things about playing video games. The first one could be increased aggression. Video games that feature violent action and scenarios might lead addicted players to be desensitized to the violence. Suffering relationships with friends and family members may suffer if your child is spending more time gaming than he is talking or going out with loved ones. If your kid is only playing of you, not your kid, you will be your life will become just a square and you will be alone. So careful with that. The next one is health problems. If you spend all of your free time playing video games and skip meals or lose sleep because of excessive gameplay, yeah, video games addiction can negatively impact his health. The last is poor performance. Long hours of playing video games can negatively affect your own performance in school, university, or your work because you are only thinking in video games. You can lose your optimal level because you are exhausted from a late night or day of video game playing. Okay, that's all, and thank you so much for your attention, and see you.